Hello friends, welcome to another video. Today I have my 5 tips on how to organize your movies. So this idea came up because I've been getting some new movies and I decided to reorganize from the last video where I did all my horror, and I said, well, let's try something different. So it was a big mess. I tried to record it, but I just got frustrated. So I decided to write down, so I have it written down, my 5 tips. They're in no particular order because every house, every person, every collection is going to be different. So those are these are going to be my 5 tips, but they're not in any order. So you decide which order you want to take them with. So I'll just go through the list and then I'll talk by each one. Number 1, inventory. Number 2, shelves. Number 3, what order. Number 4, aesthetics. And 5, locations. So let's start with number 1, inventory. It's happened in the past where I already owned a movie and I went to the store and I bought the same movie. So I recommend you get a app, a database, a spreadsheet, a Google Doc, Google Drive doc. I use Blu-ray.com. This is not sponsored by anybody, so Blu-ray.com, that's where I get like a lot of my info, and it's a really great source to organize your movies. I put all my movies there, and then I look at what I have and what I don't. There's an app, so if I'm at the store, easily click. I can scan with it, so I could scan my movies into the database. So if I get like 15 new movies at once, I can just scan them, boom, done. That way you don't have to get any doubles and anything like that. That comes in play later, all right? So that app or that organization database. Number 2, shelves. My shelves, I buy them at a local store. I've seen excellent shelves, like do-it-yourself on YouTube. I was gonna do one, but I saw these. These are meant for DVD, but I prefer this type. So what I recommend, get shelves that are not really deep. I have two bookcases, and they're meant for books. So they're wider, they're deeper, and they're taller. So if you put movies there, they're not too tall, and they look like they're way deep in there. I don't like the looks of it. I'm very about the looks of my collection. So the shelves, I recommend the DVD ones, or do it yourself. If you have the money, you can just commission some shelves that fit your need and your space. After you have some good shelves, the order. What order are you going to put? So that comes up to number 3. What order are you going to put your movies in? So I decided to put my premium movies on top. So I have premium here and here. And then I'm putting my horror movie in this section. So all my horror movies are going to be there, except that one is a horror movie. I believe that one could be considered Shape of Water. I don't know. So that's another thing that you're going to have to decide what order you're going to put them. Make it look nice, and if you're going to do it in genres. So I'm going to start separating because now my collection is getting bigger. So now I'm going to separate from everything else in genres. So I have, let's say, right here, I have my Marvel Universe / DC Universe movies. But then I also have my Steelbooks just all together. So that's something really tough because there's horror movies in here. There's a lot of horror movies here. There's some Marvel movies in here. But I decided because of the looks, I'm going to keep my Steelbooks all together. And then everything else, I'm going to put it in genres. Genres and then alphabetical order. So that's going to be another task that I still have to do. So that's where the app, Blu-ray.com, whatever, you could sort it alphabetical. And I like it because it doesn't sort it by the letter T or the word the. It sorts it by the second word. So that's pretty good because if not, you'll have the, and it'll be just a mess. So it eliminates the the, and then it just keeps the second one, and it organizes it. Either alphabetical ascending or descending. And that's how I had it before. I had it from the Z on the bottom, and then I just pushed everything up, and I was filling up from the bottom to the top, and then I was putting stuff on the top, like my movie memorabilia, the cups, and all that stuff. So onto that, aesthetics, how it looks. So like I was saying before, I like how my collection looks. I'm very visual with how this looks. So that's one thing that you may want to think about. I was tinkering with this a little bit. So I had this Poltergeist is a Digibook, so it's a little bit taller, and that bugs me if it's not in order. So I put them in order. You can see kind of like size. So there's some with slip covers and then non-slip covers, and then it just kept going that way. So the looks of it, that's my tip number 4. Aesthetics is how your collection looks. So make sure, well, that's my tip, for it to look even, balanced, and symmetrical if you can, the best you can. Mine's not symmetrical right now because I'm waiting for some movies to come in. And my 5th and last tip, which it's no order, it's location. I put these here because that's the longest wall I have in this apartment. I'm trying to say it in Spanish. So this is the longest wall I have in my apartment. And that's where it fit the best, because I knew I was going to get 2 shelves and then the 3rd one, and I might get a 4th one, so that I have room to grow. And also it's away from the sun. I do have some sun blocking shades and all this, but also that's very important on location. So where are you going to put it? So if you're thinking about getting the shelves and everything, maybe look at your location, see what you're doing, what are your plants. Maybe you're going to grow a little bit more, so think about that. If you're going to grow, if there's room to grow. So yeah, that is the last tip I have. It's location. That is it for today. So it was inventory, shelves, order, aesthetics, and location. So don't forget, I'll leave some links in the description for Blu-ray. It's just Blu-ray.com. The apps, I think it's called My Movies. Just look it up on the App Store. Very cool things. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Think about subscribing. You'll help me out with my channel. Thank you very much and have a good one. Bye-bye.